Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is another paid request, this time from Anonymous. He wanted to remain anonymous, which is perfectly fine. If anyone else wants to remain anonymous, just let me know, and that's no problem. But this is a paid request from him. For those interested in requesting any type of videos, movie review, re-review, a topic, tier list, ranking, video game playthrough, whatever the case may be, reaction, commentary, a stream, PayPal is the best way to do it. Do have a Cash App as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. Now, Mr. Anonymous had me review Animorphs Season 1, Episode 1 and 2 and 3. At least I think it was the first 3. I know the first one, the second one, so I think I did the third one. Shows how much when I can't remember if I saw that. I think I did. If I didn't, oh well. He requested episode 4 and 5. Just look up Animorphs on the channel, you'll see. Now, these are based on books that I never read. But people say that the books are good and much better than the show. People say that the books were more darker, that the plot was a bit more refined, was a bit more developed in his characters. Like, for example, one of the characters, Rachel, apparently she was someone that turned into like a killing machine. I'm like, I heard that. I'm like, really? If so, that's okay. That's great. Interesting. But the show didn't reflect that, because it was a show on Nickelodeon. Nickel and Diamond, as I call them. So it was from 1998 to 2000. It was 2 seasons. For what I understand, they picked and prodded and pulled apart and regurgitated the books, which I'm sitting there going, well, I was going to say, why didn't they just follow the books? But if it was that dark and Nickelodeon's too pussy and too cheap to do it, then I guess I got my answer. But this show is dog shit. And maybe Mr. Anonymous knows that's why he requested more. Which hey, if people want to request me to shit on something, I'll do it. Just send in the paid request and I'll do it. Because I do think this fucking show sucks. And these 2 episodes suck too. Episode 4 sucked my left nut. Episode 5 sucked my right nut. And bathed it. So thankfully no more sweat on my balls now. Thanks to these 2 fucking episodes. Because they licked it all up. Like the fucking kiss on lick it up all night long. Anyway, speaking of licking balls, let's get to episode 4. So for those who don't know what the fuck the show is, who didn't see the older reviews, you have Jake, played by Shawn Ashmore. He played Iceman in the X-Men movies from the 2000s. So Shawn Ashmore is Jake. You have Rachel. You have Marco. No Polo. You have Cassie. And you have Tobias. Not Tobias Harris, Tobias. They are 5 teenagers, and like the way the show makes it seem as if it wants to be Power Rangers, but not really. You have the bad guys named the Yurts, and you have kind of the good aliens called the Andalites. Now again, if I understand the book, you found out that, yeah, the Yurts are the bad guys, but there's some that are good. And the Andalites are not as good as you think they are, and apparently it's like more deeper than what they did here. But anyway, an alien gave them the powers. These 5 kids' powers. The powers is that if they find an animal and they touch it, they get like his DNA, and they can change it to that animal. But they can only be that animal for less than 2 hours, because apparently if it's more than 2 hours, they stay as that animal, I guess. Also, the Yurts, they're these slug-like parasites that have infected a chunk of the town, so they don't know who to trust. But my God, like, you would think that would bring some kind of suspense, paranoia, and they don't do shit with that. This shit's boring, is what they made it into. It's like they took the faculty the movie. Like the faculty does not have turn to animals. But if you ignore that, it's a better Animorphs movie than this fucking thing. The Faculty with Elijah Wood. Because that dealt better with the paranoia and stuff, and they're in a school, and it's a group of teens. Definitely better acting and better made. Granted, yes, they had a bigger budget to be fair, but I don't know. Maybe if you took this season and season 2 and put all that money together and just make it one decent movie. So episode 4, On the Run, which I'm sure is what people did after watching this episode in the show, was they went on a run and ran away from this fucking show and never watched it again. The one guy, Tobias, who's like the outcast of the group, outsider of the group, he is missing. We find out that he has turned into this hawk and can't turn back. I don't know, he's an idiot or something. He didn't remember the 2-hour rule, I guess. Okay, why does this show have so much unneeded slow motion in this fucking thing? That's my number one question. Was Zack Snyder a fan of this show? Every fucking minute or 2 minutes, there's a goddamn slow-mo for no reason. When the episode starts, Jake and Marco are talking about what they did for their skateboards, and then it starts being slow-mo when they're just talking about what they did for wheels or whatever on their skateboards. They're talking like, I'm like, they're just talking. Like, why is this slow-mo? So they did a message on the computer, which I guess, did they send this message to every computer, like in the town or the mall or whatever? They did emails from the bad guys saying we need one Andalite for the disc. So I was a bit confused because the good guys said they had a disc, but then they are missing the disc. But then when they go over there, they're exchanging for a disc. So at first I thought they were going to try to give a disc, but now they're trying to get a disc. But then they had a disc and they fucking missed. I don't know. Whatever. A meeting and an exchange. Now again, with this broadcast, if they put it to every computer, aren't they supposed to be incognito in this alien invasion? If they put it to every email, like, wouldn't that be broadcasting to everybody? But whatever the fuck. So while those two guys are going to go to the mall and do this exchange, even though they don't have the thing they're going to exchange for, they're going to try to do some trickery. The two girls, Rachel and Cassie, they're looking into some information on the bad guys. One of them turns to a fly, where it's just, you see their point of view, but the point of view, you think of a fly, you think of like all the little like eyeball stuff. No, it's just this really shitty filter. This really lousy filter. They just cheap, they put it on there. So it's not even what a point of view of a fly would be like. What's funny is that she went into the female bathroom, and when she leaves, a guy opens the door. I'm like, why is a guy trying to enter the female bathroom? I don't know. So the fly goes in, here's some info. Now it seemed like she got killed, but apparently I guess they killed a different fly. How convenient that there was another fly in there. I guess. Because I thought it was her, but I guess not. Either she's a really strong as fuck fly, or thankfully there was another fly that just happened to get killed. Meanwhile, the lead guy Jake turns to like a iguana, a lizard. and he's able to throw his voice and make the bad guy think he's this parrot. The other guy, Marco, he's kind of late to the party, messing with the security guard or something. Eventually gets there, takes the thing, leaves. What's funny about it is, number one, they throw out so many of these goddamn slow-mo shots for no damn reason. Number two, they're in the middle of a mall, and apparently the guy was a lizard, and he changed to a human in the middle of the fucking mall, and no one noticed. How the fuck does not one person notice a guy changing from a lizard to a fucking person? And the other guy changed from a person to a fucking rat. And still no one noticed. So apparently when the guy got the disc in this change, he hid it somewhere, but then that got tossed to the garbage. So Marco goes to the garbage. Jake goes off to, I don't even know what the fuck he goes off to. Marco gets put into the garbage. As closing in, Jake turns to his dog, because he had the DNA of his dog, so he could turn to the dog, which they use that a lot because it's cheaper. They can have a dog and train the dog. I mean, if it's a tiger or a lion or whatever, that's going to take a lot more effort. But a dog, sure, we could do that. So that's going to be the thing that he turns to all the time, isn't it? Or most of the time. He chases after the truck, and then just later on, they just arrive and meet the girls. Yeah, he was in the garbage truck. We got him out. How? Because the doors are closing in. By the time the dog got there, he would have been squished like the fucking Child's Play 3 or something. But no. Doesn't show how the dog, like, was the dog barking? The garbage truck driver, did the garbage man just stop when he saw the dog? Did the Marco turn into some animal to stop the fucking thing or hide or not get squished? Which, I mean, there'd be no way he could do that. Unless a rat could somehow squeeze somewhere and not get squished. I don't know. No. We don't need to explain it. Just have them there and said we got out. Fucking lazy. Like, what fucking lazy shit? They were trapped. It's not really a disc. They get away. It was all a trick for the bad guys to find them, but they're able to get away. And what was the purpose of this fucking episode? Nothing was accomplished. They're at the same place they were at the end as they were at the beginning of the episode. Nothing was advanced. Not in the story, not in the lore, not in the characters. What the fuck changed? What was the purpose? This was a completely, completely pointless fucking episode. What was the goddamn point of this fucking episode? Nothing happened. Nothing was accomplished. Not a goddamn thing. What a fucking waste. Just a shitload of slow-mo and bullshit. So episode 5, Between Friends, funny enough, is directed by Sean Levy, the guy who would direct Deadpool and Wolverine. So Tobias is still a hawk. He's watching Rachel. And the way it's directed is like trying to be the point of view of the hawk. Then it goes back into her room, then the hawk, then her room, then the POV, then her room, then blah, 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 blah. And half the time they throw in slow-mo for no goddamn reason. By the way, the girl who plays Rachel sucks. She's the star of I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. The direct-to-video Know What You Did Last Summer film. She sucks. She's not a good actress. She's terrible. Her line reading is unnatural. She says, pretty much tries to say, oh, we'll get you back one day to being a human. Rachel chats with her buddy Melissa, whose dad is the principal. She listened to trying to find some stuff, so she changes into that family's cat. The principal, who is one of these, I forget if he's a controller, or he's one of those that is controlled by the aliens, is talking to one of the aliens who's on a hologram thing, and then they knows that there's two cats, and number one, didn't she turn... Okay, here's my question. They could turn into any animal they touched. Didn't she touch like a big fucking animal, or was it only a cat? If so, then she should have, I don't know, maybe... Well, wait a minute. She could turn to a fly. Why couldn't she just turn to a fucking fly? Like, she's a cat. Just turn to a fly and get the fuck away. Because you turn to a fly, you can barely catch it. You were a fly in the previous episode. Why don't you just turn to a fly again? And there are times that people can change just like that. But again, sometimes it takes longer, sometimes it doesn't take longer. So sometimes, I mean, when Jake turned into, from him to the dog, when he's chasing the garbage truck, it was like that fast. But so I guess, you know, if it can't be a fly, then how about something else? I don't know. I don't know why the fuck she, as a cat, jumped on a stool and then didn't notice that the other cat was on another stool. I guess apparently she doesn't know her fucking environment. I don't even know why she turned to a cat in the first... Well, she turned to a cat because they had a cat. But at the same time, if they have a cat, then if you get found out, it was, oh shit, you know, there's two cats here. Shouldn't you make sure the other cat's outside or something? Why didn't you just turn to a fly if it's this... Cause it's not like she could pick shit up as a cat. If it's for reconnaissance, just turn to a fucking fly. What's better to spy on a fly, which you did before, or a cat? Well, we already did the fly. Well, sorry, McFly. Shit happens. Make it make sense. Fine, you want to change to a cat because they have a cat? Make sure the fucking cat's there. And if so, don't look around. Oh shit, that cat's on a stool. Maybe I shouldn't jump on a fucking stool as well. Idiot. So she gets captured because she's an idiot. And so Shawn Ashmore's Jake tries to help her. Now, why the fuck he didn't turn into the tiger was a lion. I wouldn't say it was a tiger. I think it's a tiger. It's one of those. If you're trying to rescue this cat, your friend, which would be better? A dog or a tiger? A tiger, you can maul some motherfuckers. But no, let's turn to a dog because, you know, we could just... It's easier to use the dog. Doesn't make sense. But fuck it. So then the principal, there's this big hoopla about some disc. This fucking disc. What's the deal with this goddamn disc? 5 episodes now about this fucking disc. There better be the best porno in the fucking world on this goddamn disc. Okay, there better be sex that I watch that blow my mind better than any LCD, TLC, intoxicated, infatuated, LSD-leaden marijuana joint could ever give me. There better be the best sex I've ever seen in my fucking life that just watching it gives me an orgasm the size of those scary movies. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Those scary movies, oh, splat. It better give me if you know, if you've seen those films, you know. If you don't, you don't. But you better, or they'll be very disappointed. So you talking about this disc? How about you suck my dick? More like it. But we can't get into the disc. I don't know. Go to fucking Circuit City at this time. I don't know. Go to Radio Shack. Maybe they'd help you. So the principal, I guess, the creature in him made a deal with the host that we could do this, but I can't turn the daughter. And I guess somehow they're able to, they're willing to hold on to deals. We don't invade, and we don't care that you die, but we, you know, I'm not going to tell you. So did this alien become a parental love for the little girl? Well, not little, she's a teen. The girl? Oh, because I made a deal? Why didn't the fucking villain just kill this guy? Says, fuck you, I'd rip your head off and get that girl here and turn her. And then say the principal died in a fucking car accident or something. Cut his head off. Why don't you just do that? This is the Nickelodeon show, that's why. They just argue about bullshit so that Tobias the Hawk can help and... Well, actually, no, the dog gets out. Then the dog gets the cat out. And later... I think the hawk does something too, I believe. I can't remember. But what's funny is that they escape, and then the bad guy's like, okay, you could keep that deal, fine, we won't turn the girl. Well, then what the fuck were you bitching about the whole goddamn thing in the first place? You're bitching about, I want that girl. No, we can't have the girl. No, give me this, you will listen to me, asshole. Okay, I'm listening to you. Okay, you know what? We don't need the girl. Fine, we won't turn the girl. We'll keep the deal. What was the fucking... It's like they need something to bitch about so they can escape, but then they go back on what they bitched about in the first place. Oh my god. It's like someone saying you're wrong and you have a 10-minute fight, then they admit, oh shit, you're right. Never mind. I mean, what was the point of the fight in the fucking first place? Oh my god, this show sucks. Oh my god. There's no cool action. There's not a lot, I mean... The cat and the dog and the silver spoon, Little Boy Blue and the Man in the Moon. I don't... I got nothing else. What the fuck? I'll probably put rant in this because, you know, I don't put rant, even if I don't look, even if I, whether I like or don't like something, I don't put rant on every video, but once in a while I'll do. I think this deserves a rant title because I didn't mean to go that crazy, but Jesus Christ, man. Like, the amount of slow-mos this fucking show has for no reason. People to just do something as simple as, or just talking, or... I'm surprised no one... There's someone pissing, and it's like... in slow-mo. Then Zack Snyder must have loved this show. The characters suck. The acting sucks. The few bits you get, the animals are not that exciting. Shit doesn't get explained, or shit is just solved off-screen, or... What the fuck has actually happened in these 5 episodes? They get their powers... Tobias is fucked up. And talk about disc. Like, nothing else has happened in 5 fucking episodes. Like, what happened in this episode? Ah, hey, your dad really does love you, Melissa. That she leaves that note for it was Melissa, right? Yeah. She leaves that note for Melissa. Your dad, you may not realize it, but your dad loves you more than you think. Whoop de fucking do. I don't give a fuck about Melissa. Not Melissa McCarthy, not Melissa this. I don't give a fuck about Melissa. Fuck Melissa. Go with Clarissa and have her explain it all. Then maybe more worth the shit. Fuck this fucking show. But hey, if I get more requests, I'll do more. And we'll go from there. But that's up to Mr. Anonymous. Thanks for watching. Take care. Later.